Hello, how are we? It's been a while, but it's good to be back. Some of you may notice I'm in a very different environment. I'm in a chair, I'm not standing against the wall. I'm not in my living room. I'm actually in my office, which is the spare room in my new house. Which I'd also like to add on is the reason why I've been quite absent on social media recently is because I've been moving out, dealing with other life stresses and money, and as most people who are watching this would understand. But I thought that now that it's all done, I'm set up, I've moved in fully. Why not make a video? I've been waiting to do this for a long time and I haven't been able to. And it feels great just to be able to sit down and talk to the camera and kind of talk to you guys at the same time and be a bit more face to face, a bit more personal. Because designing posts it's still quite a big barrier between the person who's behind them and the audience. So I like this kind of stuff because you guys get to know me a bit better personally, and I believe that's really important for my page, is for you guys to actually understand like who is behind the brand and everything else that comes with it. So on that note, I'd like to use this video to also kind of go through who I am, where did this business start from, how did it start, and all these other kind of little questions that I've never actually talked about ever. So what I'll start with is just who I am. So I'm Connor Mills is my full name. I'm a scaffolder. I don't do this full time. I do scaffolding 5 days of the week. But yeah, that's me. There's not much else notable about me. On the weekends, I buy and sell cars. I dabble in a bit of mechanics as well. I dabble in stock markets and trading. I love the pub. I think the pub's great. But yeah, that is just who I am. It sounds a bit underwhelming, but we can't all be superheroes. So that's who I am, what I do, and how I started the company. I get asked a lot as well, and where did I get the theme behind Baphomet itself? And before I carry on, to let some of you know who believe that I'm in a Satanist cult, or I'm a part of some Illuminati secret society, or I'm plotting against Christians, or whatever the fuck some of you think about this business, about who I am, could not be further from the truth. I am completely nothing near a Satanist. I have no desire to be a Satanist. I do not worship the devil. I do not, do anything like that. And the business is completely non-political and non-religious. But I'll explain kind of why. It's quite pathetic, really, how I started this. But I think it's kind of funny looking back on it now. You're pretty much when I was 17, I was scaffolding then. I was outside this job. It was a chemical recycling factory, and it was just the worst job on planet Earth. I fucking hated it. It was every single thing you can imagine being shit. That is what it was. I mean, it was in the summer, so it's already okay for you American lot. Yeah, all right, not that hot, but it was like 28 degrees, 30 degrees, and you got to wear full overalls and still have to have clothing on underneath. Overalls, glasses, gloves, harness, tool belt and you're indoors, and bear in mind, it's a chemical recycling factory, so it's hot in there. And it is tight, it's confined, and there's health and safety everywhere, and you can't do this, you can't do that, and you've got to do things in the most inefficient way possible. And I just hated life at that point. So I thought, well, I need to get out of this and find another way in order to, let's say, retire from scaffolding. Unfortunately, I'm still doing it, but yeah, and I was sat in the van and I thought, fuck this shit. I need to start my own company. And I was playing a lot of Doom at the time, right? So I'm a big gamer. I like my video games, and I was playing a lot of Doom. And I liked kind of the symbolism and the glyphs behind it, and I loved it. I thought it just looked awesome. The game, for those of you who haven't played Doom, is pretty much just heavy metal, insane violence, and killing demons in an FPS shooter. So wicked game for anyone who hasn't played it as well. But yeah, that is literally, that is it. That is it. I just looked up Satanist symbols. I found the Baphomet, and I saw the goat's head in some depictions. I absolutely loved it. So I designed my own. Here we are. That is literally it. So sorry to let some of you guys down. If you think there's something greater than that, it's completely not. As I said earlier, this business is completely politics free, completely no religious bias at all, which is quite ironic because I'm quite Christian in most of my beliefs. So it's quite a big contrast, really. But yeah, it's nowhere near that. However, I do find it quite amusing, and you know what? But if people who buy my stuff are on that page, then obviously they're more than welcome to. This is not a company where I will tell you how to think or what to do or anything of the sort. You know, you do whatever you want with my clothing. It's down to you. But it's a gym brand, and this is for the gym, and this is gym equipment and gym gear that I'll be getting into. So, but apart from that, so that's who I am and how this business started. I was poor and broke as fuck, and I was playing a lot of Doom, and I put two and two together, and out came this. So, it's a lot more innocent than people believe it to be. It's not that as thought out, but I don't believe it needed to be. I felt like if I put too much into it, too much thought into it, it would be a bit like overkill. And then if I tried saying it to someone, they just wouldn't believe me anyway, because it just sounded like a load of shit. But yeah, and also I like to talk about what I want to get from the company, or get to with the company, should I say. And that is, I want to be able to do this full time and not have to work again. Not like sit in bed all day, but I just don't want to do scaffolding anymore. And that's another thing I forgot to mention. I'm only 21, so I'm getting grey hairs at 21. I've had enough of it. I cannot carry on like this. I've got a bad back. My shoulders are absolutely fucked. My joints and my fingers are getting thrashed, and for the long run, especially what I want to do, competing wise in powerlifting, this isn't where I should be. I should be doing something else. Not office work, but I need to be doing something that's for me. I know that sounds quite cliche, but which is the business, and growing that, and how I want to grow this is, well, firstly, because I've got this amazing new setup, I want to start a YouTube channel and talk about training and go over certain topics and go a bit more into depth about things. I'm a very on the cuff kind of guy, so at the minute I'm talking, I've got no script, I've got no kind of idea of what I'm going to be talking about. I just have a subject and I just go for it. So I want to go for things with like training and programming, and I'm not big on diet, but just those kind of things to do with training, to just purely for you guys. I don't think that I don't like companies who are just about the selling, the buying, the product. That's just not my thing. I take massive inspiration from Elite FTS. That was the company that kind of made me think about what I wanted to do. Because Dave Tate was an amazing powerlifter, and he produces so much good content about powerlifting, and has so many good guests on who are ex-powerlifters and world champions, and it's not just about the money for him. It's about giving back and teaching people, which is something that I hold greatly as well. I've learned a lot from other people, and they never charge me a penny. And I don't believe that anything I teach you should be charged either. I feel that we're not knowledgeable enough in the industry, and I feel like there shouldn't be so many paywalls to find out basic information that just needs to go to the right ears. Which the biggest one would be the kids, the youth coming in. When I was 15 and I started, I was clueless. I didn't have a fucking idea, and I was reading bodybuilding.com and T Nation and other articles like that you have no idea what any of it means. You've just seen it and you go, on that will work, and you're kind of just doing workout to workout. You've got no plan, no training. You're pretty much just exercising. But these are the people who need the information the most, and that's kind of what I want to put out there is basic programming, lifting advice, and how to get stronger and bigger and healthier even. That's my goal with the business, non-monetary wise, which videos like these, but also on the product side of things, which obviously a lot of you guys are interested in. I will be adding new stuff, it's just going to be quite slow. I've only got a limited budget. Obviously it's got to be a tight ship. So it will be one product at a time. However, I want to make sure that the quality of what I'm releasing is at its best. Because, if I fuck up this early during, the building stage of this business, it will crumble. So every product I test and sample, I've always tested everything I've ever had. And I still continue to do so. I ordered a sample of something the other day, and I can't tell you what, but it turned up and it was a sack of shit. And I was disappointed because I wasted the money. However, I'm kind of grateful that I'm like, well, thank God I didn't release that on a blind action. But yeah, that's where I want to take. It's going to be slow product wise. It's going to be one thing at a time. A lot of people are asking for a lot of things, a lot of different things. I wish I could do it all at once, but I just can't do it. Things take time and testing and design and money, simply just money. But I really want to get to the point where I can happily say I sell everything a lifter will ever need, ever. I don't just want to stick to gym clothing. That was just how I wanted to start it. It was the lowest risk with the medium kind of reward. But I definitely want to have my own barbells, rigs, racks, plates, or my own gym. There is so many things that I want, bigger than just t-shirts, hoodies and gym wear, and there's a lot more to what I want to do. And this has been the goal since the start. It's just that is how the only way I can kind of get there, because I don't have big millionaire backing. You know, I did it out of my own pocket, just trying to put money on the side. So all you guys' recommendations and all of your suggestions on products I've completely listened to and I've written down, and I work on every single one of them to see where I can get the best quality stuff in and also be at a reasonable price, because right now it is it's not good, and things are expensive now, and it's quite hard, to be fair, not to plead poverty at all, but things within even since I've started have gone up massively. So I will try not to raise any prices unjustly. I want to try and keep them where they are for as long as possible. But at the end of the day, I do have a business I've got to run, and it's hard. I don't want to be that company that charges 50, 60 quid for a hoodie, but then I still need to make something on it, because otherwise the business will cease to exist. So I do my best to try and get the best price for you guys and kind of get the best of both worlds. So I appreciate you guys not being mental about it. But apart from that, it's great to be back. It's so nice to sit down and talk with you guys. I don't know where I'm going to upload this, because this video is now 17 minutes long, so it probably won't make it as a reel. So it'll probably be on YouTube. Sorry, but you know what? I guess that could be my introduction to the platform. So I appreciate it, and thank you guys for being customers of mine and return customers and recommending my stuff on Instagram and socials, and just whatever you guys have done to support me. I could never be more grateful. And any of you guys I haven't responded to on Instagram recently, or in my DMs, I will try and get back to you guys as soon as I can, and be a lot more active. Just please give it time. I will get back to you. Just got plenty of things to sort out, especially with editing and stuff like that. But anyway, I'll see you later.